What's good, everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are reacting to Food Theory. Is expensive hot chocolate actually worth it? Now, this is an interesting one, and a choice of why to make this reaction video today is mainly due to the fact that it's the holiday season, it's cold outside, we got some um, stuff going on. And let's all admit that we all would enjoy a nice cup or glass or whatever of hot chocolate here and there. So let's all not deny that. But then again, there's some people that prefer coffee, and then there's some people that actually prefer ice drinks. So, but you get the picture basically. Basically, we're doing this for this week. Honestly, I didn't really have a good idea of what to make for a video for this week for Christmas. So I'm honestly just winging it, in all honesty. So yeah. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy this reaction video. Hit the notification button to be notified immediately when the video comes out. If there's any videos you'd like to recommend that I should react to, put it down in the comment section below, and I'll react to it as soon as possible. The link to this video is going to be down in the description below, so be sure to give Food Theory some love and support for the video that they made. Now, with this all said, let's get right on into this, shall we? Alright.
I love hot chocolate. Like, a lot. But with so many options available, I have to know which method and which brand is the best for making hot chocolate this holiday season.
That's a good question.
What better way to find that out than with a tournament? Woohoo! Hello, Internet! Welcome to Food Theory, the show that puts the hot in hot chocolate. But speaking of hot chocolate, it's that time of year, folks. The leaves are starting to fall, the air is getting nippier, and people are starting to huddle around a fireplace drinking hot chocolate. Myself included. And let me tell you, this past year was wild, and next year there's some huge changes coming in my life that I can't wait to tell you about, eventually. But in the meantime, I want to treat myself to some good hot chocolate. And I'm not just talking about any cup of hot chocolate, I'm talking about the best.
The only problem is, what is the best way to make hot chocolate? I mean, not only are there dozens of brands out there to choose from, but there's also so many different ways to actually make hot chocolate. And so I had the genius idea. Why don't I drop a bunch of money buying every single hot chocolate recipe I could find, and then, with the help of my lovely hot chocolate loving wife, we'll pit these drinks against each other, bracket style, to see which cup is king.
And so here we are. I've gathered 16 of the most popular hot chocolate brands spread across 4 regions based on method. We have your powders, we have your syrups, we have your chopped up chocolate bars, and a mysterious 4th region, which you're just gonna have to stick around to find out what it is. But my mouth is already watering, so without further ado, let's get ready to cook! I've always wanted to do that. I'm so sorry. Transition, please.
Man, I just realized I was so excited to start sipping some cocoa that I almost forgot to, explain the rules. So, real quick, each region in our bracket will consist of 4 hot chocolate brands you know and love, seeded based on price per serving. For all rounds, we'll be making 1 cup or 8 ounces of hot chocolate using the most standard methods possible. Then, Claudia and I will be pitting the 2 cocos head to head, judging them based on things like chocolatey flavor, creaminess, and whether it gives us that warm, fuzzy feeling. Whichever cup we consider the best moves on. The other gets axed. And we'll explain the rest of the rules as we go along, because I need to get some hot chocolate in my body pronto. Let's kick off our powdered round with our number 2 seed, Ghirardelli, versus our number 3 seed, Nestle.
Okay, so...
Keep it warm.
I'm joined, for now, by my very lovely wife, Claudia, who all of you should know by now, but if you don't, that was the introduction. We're starting with our 2nd seed and our 3rd seed. Ghirardelli chocolate comes in at around $1.24 per cup, and Nestle comes in at a solid 40 cents per cup. So this is much cheaper. That is to say, we already poured in the powder. So it was 1 packet here, 2 tablespoons. We're following the instructions that each method has. Like I mentioned, we are using the same milk. We're heating it up to 145 degrees temperature as the optimal temperature across the board. So let's get started. Okay, you stir that one, I'll stir this one. Stir it up, stir it up, stir it up.
Oh, that one looks real dark.
The
Hmm. That's. Huh. Never really thought of it like that. Honestly, whenever I get hot chocolate when I was younger, there wasn't really milk involved. It was usually water. So honestly, I'm kind of curious if there's a difference. Because if there is, awesome.
jelly looks
I kinda wanna
super dark.
test that.
It's not single chocolate, it's doubled up. It got on chocolate Tinder, swiped right, and now it doubled up. Okay, it's not looking the most appetizing.
Yeah. It says rich milk chocolate.
This is middle class at best.
Very light
Yeah.
chocolate.
All right, let me see this. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. This is great.
Goodbye, my friend. It's been nice.
Immediately, there's a massive difference. The Nestle is just like mostly milk. I barely taste the chocolate. The double chocolate, the Ghirardelli, now a little rich on the chocolate, like a little dark on the chocolate for my taste. That said, it just tasted much better.
Yeah.
And it tasted like it actually joined with the milk. Here,
Yeah.
I could.
Okay, so the Ghirardelli one is better compared to the other one. So, all right, that's interesting. But if it's darker and if the chocolate tastes darker, then it just might be dark chocolate, not really double chocolate. But I don't know.
Taste the two different things.
Yeah.
This tastes a lot more homogenous. Okay, so I think this was a really easy round.
Premium chocolate taste.
Premium to who? Nestle to who? Ghirardelli, you're moving on.
And in case you're wondering, yes, we are making our powdered hot cocos using hot milk heated to 145 degrees instead of hot water. 1, because it tastes better, but 2, it keeps things as consistent as possible with all future rounds. Although, isn't it kind of insane that we can pour this brown powder into water and it magically transforms into hot chocolate, milk and all? Well, the secret behind our modern instant hot chocolate can be tracked back to 2 dudes over a century apart. In 1828, a Dutch chemist by the name of Conrad van Houten patented a new invention that would forever change the world of chocolate. This is grossly oversimplified, but what Van Houten did was, through the use of his dad's hydraulic press and some wacky chemistry, found a way to separate roasted cocoa beans into their fatty cocoa butter and the chocolatey flavored cocoa powder. This process, now known as Dutch processing because of its nationality, is like the cornerstone of all chocolate making worldwide. But if you poured that cocoa powder into water, you'd just get chocolate water. Our modern instant hot cocoa wouldn't come till over a century later, thanks to modern inventor Charles Santa. You see, throughout the 1950s, Santa's family business had made money selling powdered coffee creamer to American soldiers fighting in the Korean War. Only problem? They had way too much of the stuff. So when America withdrew from the Korean peninsula, he needed to find a new way to sell his excess creamer. He thought the creamer would pair well with cocoa powder, and so he tried many different recipes, even replacing the creamer with dehydrated milk, which is just milk with the water taken out, allowing it to have a longer shelf life and not need to be refrigerated. And thus, instant hot cocoa was born. Just add Santa's creation to water and the milk rehydrates. The cocoa powder mixes in, and boom! Milk hot chocolate. Originally, he called his product Brown Swiss and mainly sold it to airlines and restaurants. But eventually, he realized that name sucks and started selling it to the general public under the name Swiss Miss. And will you look at that? Who's in our next matchup? It's almost like I planned it that way.
Okay, so here in front of us, we have the number 1 seed versus the number 4 seed, and quite possibly the weirdest matchup because we have the most expensive at $1.34 for Trader Joe's versus the cheapest 20 cents for Swiss Miss. But I would say the most popular one out of all of this.
That's the OG for sure.
This is the one that I grew up on.
Really?
I've never had any of the other powders actually, and it's crazy that
I
it's
don't
the cheapest.
think I ever used
out of
that
all of them.
method.
And it's crazy to me that Trader Joe's is so expensive. So I'm surprised that it's cheaper than Ghirardelli. I'm pronouncing it correctly. Ghirardelli. No, whatever. Let's do this. Want to get a little napkin? We can put the spoons there. What?
I just remembered.
We're so god dang festive, Swiss Miss. Very excited. Very excited.
Tastes like your childhood. Well, my childhood.
Like mine?
My childhood.
Oh yeah. You get the sweetness of the sugar, like
Like
hits
it
the back of your
burns.
yes.
It
It kind of
burns.
burns in the back of your throat.
Don't break my new mugs. Whoa! No.
No.
Hmm.
It tastes like extremely dark chocolate.
But not in a good way. I love dark chocolate. I'm a dark chocolate girly, but that is not like good dark chocolate.
It's really bitter. There's very little sweetness to it.
I
This is
mean,
a lot of
taste
cups in
this
here.
now. Come on. Come on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This one is like smooth.
Yeah,
Like,
it's creamy. It's creamy and
Yeah.
chocolatey. So Trader Joe's, get out of here. Swiss Miss, moving on.
I really need to think about that one, in all honesty. Like, get the fact of actually going out and getting some of that. Because, in all honesty, if it is that good, then I'm kind of curious to see what it tastes like.
Next up, we have the chocolate syrup region. And when you really break it down, chocolate syrup isn't nearly as complicated as our powdered friends earlier. More or less, it's
Wait,
just
really?
sugar, water, and cocoa powder. But since it doesn't contain that dehydrated milk, it needs to be placed in milk in order to make hot chocolate. Although, chocolate syrup has certainly been used for other things in its long history. Originally, chocolate syrup was sold as a
Not
treatment for
wrong.
all sorts of diseases, including
Wait,
baby
what?
colic, a disease marked by babies excessively crying. And you know what? Fair. If I was crying all day, little chocolate syrup would probably get me to stop too. Chocolate syrup also had its heyday in the black and white film era, where it was often used as a safe blood substitute in movies like Psycho. But today, instead of pure cinema, we're making pure hot chocolate. Now, of course, if you ever made hot chocolate, or even just chocolate milk, you know that you can add as much or as little chocolate syrup as you'd like. And so, in
Yeah.
order to be fair, we're gonna standardize our syrup usage. And who better to be an authority on all things chocolate syrup than the Choco Kings, Hershey's. You see, on the back of a Hershey's chocolate syrup bottle, it says to add 1 tablespoon of syrup to 8 ounces of milk and heat. And so, that's what we'll be doing, starting with our 2-seed, Nesquik, versus our 3-seed, Target's generic brand, Favorite Day.
Okay, so to recap, round 1, our 2 winners moving on to the semifinals were Swiss Miss and Ghirardelli. But now we're moving on to the syrups. So right in
Okay.
front of us, we have Favorite Day, which is Target's brand for their like sweets and ice creams and all that, and the tried and true Nesquik. Now, this is, funny enough, our most expensive round. The syrups are actually way more expensive than I thought. Favorite Day is our number 3 seed, which comes in at $2.69. Nice. And Nesquik actually comes in at
Oh, I
around
get it.
$4.
All right, I'm gonna
Wait,
try this
what?
one.
Wait, whoa, WTF, what?
Weak.
I mean, should we do 2 tablespoons?
What do the instructions say?
So the only one that has instructions is the Hershey's bottle that says 1 tablespoon or 2 taste.
Let's do 2 because look at this. It's
All right.
so light.
Yeah, you know what? 1 tablespoon, definitely not enough. Up your game, Hershey's.
Whoa, damn. Hold up.
Really?
Hold the phone. Let me put some chocolate in it.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What a difference that second one made.
Yeah,
This is very smooth, very balanced, very chocolate.
very chocolate. Let's move on before we continue the discussion.
Interesting.
So, this is Favorite Day.
Nope.
No. Okay, so here's the thing. The Nesquik set the bar so high because the Nesquik chocolate syrup tastes like very good chocolate that's been melted, whereas the Favorite Day just tastes like artificial chocolate. So we're both in agreement here. Nesquik,
Fair.
move forward. Let's go.
These rounds have been so easy.
So easy. All right, let's move on to the second one.
Yeah, not even close to start off this round.
Huh. Well, if Nesquik actually, if it actually does that because of it, fair.
Now, you might be wondering, what's the difference between chocolate syrup and chocolate sauce? And they're basically the same, with a few key differences. Chocolate syrup is usually thinner and more watery, and meant for things like chocolate milk, and of course, hot chocolate. Chocolate sauce, on the other hand, is usually a bit thicker, using milk, cream, or butter to add fat and give a richer flavor, perfect for pouring over ice cream. Again, they're essentially the same thing, and are often used interchangeably. But the question is one better for hot chocolate? Well, let's find out as our top-seeded Ghirardelli's chocolate sauce is paired against the chocolate syrup OG, Hershey's.
Okay, so taste test 2. In this round, we have the number 1 seed versus the
Okay.
number 4 seed. And once again, I feel like it's the number 1 seed versus the most popular option, which is honestly a classic. And this This is the most expensive thing that we have on the menu today. $14.95.
What?
What?
Yeah.
No.
For this, yeah.
No.
$14.95.
No. Oh my god, this better be amazing.
Well, let's find out, shall we? Yeah, it's a thick boy. Let's start with Hershey's.
You're ruining my experience.
Sorry. Okay.
It's thumbs up, but it's not like amazing.
Yeah, it's thumbs up emoji, but also looking with the hand here emoji and monocle emoji.
Yeah.
Time for money signs emoji.
Apparently, chocolate for kings and queens.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. It's so good. Time to choose between this and Nesquik, so let's move on.
I have to reiterate, that is literally one of the best hot chocolates I've ever had. Ghirardelli's
Really?
chocolate.
Well, then again, Ghirardelli is a really big chocolate based corporation. So it makes sense why it would be really good.
Sauce is currently the one to beat. Now it's time for us to really raise the bar of our hot chocolate by using actual bars of chocolate. Which,
Oh.
since this is the only recipe we're making today that uses actual chocolate, these drinks are technically the only ones we can call hot chocolate. Everything else we've made so far today is considered hot cocoa, since it uses cocoa powder. Now, I'd venture to guess that many
Fair.
of you have never actually tried making hot chocolate this way before, because, yeah, let's face it, it's a bit of a hassle, but some people say it can be
True.
worth it, especially a lot of food creators on YouTube. Of course, like chocolate syrup, how much chocolate you use can massively affect what the taste of your drink will be. So in order to be fair, we're once again gonna standardize everything. For each bar, we'll be melting down enough to make 2 tablespoons of melted chocolate to mix in with our milk. The rest will be for snacking.
Okay, so we've moved on to the round that every food influencer out there swears by. Everyone's like, if you want to elevate your hot chocolate this winter, make sure that you melt down your own chocolate. So we are going for a battle of the titans here. We have our 2 most expensive ones, Lindt and Tony's Chocolonely. Chocolonely.
What?
Chocolonely. Oh, we've been saying
Tony's
it wrong.
Chocolonely. It's interesting.
It's fine.
It's fine. This is the most underwhelming round.
Fair.
I like the taste of Lindt chocolate better, but they're very similar.
I've now realized that like actual chocolate is not the best for hot chocolate. All those influencers lied.
Definitely not worth the extra effort.
Here's what I'm gonna say. This has a thinner flavor. It like washes over your mouth and then immediately goes away. It
Yeah.
doesn't leave you lingering with anything. I think Tony's is my pick for this one.
Yeah, I agree, but like by a
The hair.
slim.
Tony's is edging. That has a different connotation now. Tony's takes it. All right, let's move on.
Now, clearly, Claudia and I are having a bunch of fun with this hot chocolate tournament, but if you've ever looked into how chocolate is made, you'll know that the chocolate industry has a bit of a dark side. And I don't mean dark chocolate. You see, cacao beans, the ultimate source for all things chocolate, can only be grown in the narrow, warm, tropical regions like near Ecuador. This essentially means
Okay.
that chocolate can only be made in Central and South America, Central Africa, and Southeast Asia. And this is a problem because there's such a huge demand for chocolate worldwide, and so few places where that demand can be met, that the whole chocolate harvesting industry ends up being primed for abuse. Unsustainable agricultural practices, child labor, and even forced labor are all problems that are
Oh, I get it now. Yeah, that was a brutal time period back then. I don't know if they still do it now, so I can't really say anything about that. But it is a high demand thing. Ugh.
are all too commonly seen but rarely spoken about when it comes to chocolate. In fact, according to research funded by the US Department of Labor, somewhere between 1.5 and 2 million children are working on cocoa farms in Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana alone. And this is where 60%
oh
of the world's
God.
cocoa comes from. And besides the intense labor, these children are also exposed to harmful pesticides. And man, that just
Really?
sucks. But thankfully, there are some companies out there who are taking the initiative to not only cut out bad actors from their supply chain, but the entire chocolate industry as a whole. And one of the biggest ones to do
Damn.
that is Tony's Chocolonely. And they don't want to be alone. They encourage other chocolate companies to work with them on this goal. In fact, Mr. Beast's Feastables works with them to also source ethical cocoa.
We have Feastables versus Hershey's. This is the classic matchup. This is what, Mr. Beast, what Jimmy kind of set out to do with Feastables was like take over Hershey's. Let's get started with Hershey's.
Sure.
Okay.
That's
It's
not bad.
better than the other two.
No? Ooh, wait. Okay, we have our first disagreement here.
Hershey's all day.
I think Feastables is better.
This tastes more chocolatey.
No, super disagree. The Hershey's tastes like sickeningly sweet, whereas this has a lot more chocolate flavor. This tastes like Swiss Miss.
This tastes like Swiss Miss.
Ooh, hard disagree.
Wait, what happens if we don't agree?
We gotta agree. Oh, the flavor gets so much worse.
This one's so boring.
This is your worst take ever. Straight up bad. It's straight up bad. Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Alright, Feastables is a better hot chocolate. I will die by this statement.
Sorry.
Hershey's moves forward.
I'm still salty about this one because I really did think that Feastables was way better
That's
than
one
Hershey's
way
for
to do
this,
it.
but I lost fair and square. And now we're on to our final region of our tournament bracket, and we saved the weirdest for last. We're testing white chocolate. Now I know what some
Wait.
of you are thinking.
White chocolate? Huh. That's... That's an interesting one. In truth, I'm actually a really big fan of white chocolate. Like, while I do enjoy the regular chocolate flavor, white chocolate just, I don't know. It just gives like a powerful taste to me. That I can just say it is better than regular chocolate at times. It just depends on the brand you get.
But Santi, white chocolate isn't chocolate. This whole competition is a scam. Unsubscribe. First off, yes, white chocolate isn't technically chocolate, but it is made from the same ingredients. Allow me to explain. You'll recall earlier I said that cacao beans are basically made of two different parts, the fatty cocoa butter and the brown chocolatey flavored part, the cocoa powder. You can take that cocoa butter and cocoa powder and form it into chocolate bars. This is what's known as 100% cacao chocolate, but it's a bit of an acquired taste to say the least. However, if you mix in some sugar, you get what we call dark chocolate. If you mix milk into dark chocolate, you then get, unsurprisingly, milk chocolate. But what about white chocolate? White chocolate is made using milk, sugar, and cocoa butter, but no cocoa powder. Therefore, it lacks that chocolate
Really?
flavor and the iconic chocolate brown. So yeah, it is made from chocolate ingredients, just without the signature secret that makes it taste like chocolate, giving it its own distinctive, fattier flavor. But will that flavor translate to a nice hot chocolate?
All right, so it's time for Region 4, the white chocolates. Now, I know. It's weird, right? No one makes hot chocolate with white chocolate, but what if we've all been missing out? This is Better Goods. This is Walmart's white chocolate cocoa mix.
That's yellow. Why is it yellow?
It's because the color of the white chocolate.
Tell you what.
Yeah, that's what I thought, mother. I will say, for me, there's no comparison. The lint is far superior.
This is like nothing. Like you might as well not put it in.
Yeah, it's super creamy.
Yeah.
Super thick. We agree? We are in agreement?
Yes. Dab me
Lint,
up.
moving
Dab me
forward.
up.
That was good. All right, Lint moving forward.
Despite it definitively not being white, Lint moves on. And so, for our final matchup of round 1, we're once again throwing in yet another curveball, cookies and cream. The question is
What?
cookies and cream considered white chocolate? Normally yes, but not always. And again, remember, to be considered white chocolate, it needs 3 ingredients: milk, sugar, and most importantly, cocoa butter. In fact, according to the FDA standards, something has to have at least 20% cocoa butter, among other things, to be considered white chocolate. Some brands like Feastables Cookies and Cream do fit this standard, and thus can be called a white chocolate bar. However, others like Hershey's Cookies and Cream use vegetable oil as a cheaper, fatty alternative to cocoa butter, and thus can't be called white chocolate. This is also true for our number 4 seed, Ghirardelli White Chocolate Flavored Sauce. A quick look at the ingredients shows that it does have cocoa butter, but it likely doesn't have enough to probably reach the white chocolate threshold, and thus, white chocolate flavored. So if you're looking to know whether something is truly white chocolate, check the ingredients. If cocoa butter is one of the first ingredients, it's likely real white chocolate. But the question is, which makes a better white hot chocolate? Jimmy's Feastables made with real white chocolate, or Ghirardelli's white chocolate flavored sauce? So
I'm gonna be honest, it probably will be the Ghirardelli. Because when it came to the sauce and the powder, those two Ghirardelli really stood out. Despite it being really expensive.
Here we have Ghirardelli White Chocolate Sauce versus Feastables Cookies and Cream. Let's dive in, shall we?
All right, let's try this one first.
Let's go with Ghirardelli.
It's not as terrible as I thought.
It's not as terrible
Okay.
as I thought.
But basically, it's like you're putting like sugar in your milk.
It is a weird experience also because like my brain didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this. The poker face is not pokering. Oh, that's way better.
Yeah. I was tricking you. When melted,
Okay.
the bits of cookies come out.
Yeah, the sweetness of the white chocolate accentuates the
Yeah.
cookies that have melted down and comes together really well.
Kind of slaps.
It kind of slaps here. Give me from
Whoa.
over the shoulder.
Hell no, I'm not risking
on,
my
over
hoodie.
your shoulder.
Nope.
Well, where'd you get that hoodie?
I'm not gonna risk my perfect theorist hoodie getting your
Okay. No. I know this. Oh, wait. they didn't.
saliva on it.
But it's okay because if you did ruin it, you could just go to theoryverse.store to get yourself a new one. This is an easy win
Is
for me.
cookies and cream hot chocolate the new thing?
It might be. Okay, Feastables moving forward.
This may
I
have been
guess.
the biggest surprise of this entire experience so far. I
Hmm.
never in a million years expected to like Feastables cookies and cream white hot chocolate as much as I did. Alright, we're through the first round of hot chocolates. 8 cocos have already been given the boot, but 8 still remain. Now it's time for all of our winners of our first round matchups to face off. Well, almost all of them. In all of our hot chocolate delulu, Claudia and I actually forgot to press record for the winner of the powder round. So, unfortunately, Ghirardelli double chocolate powder will go through with no fun moments from us. Don't worry, we got the rest.
Oh, man.
Mmm.
Yeah, Nesquik hits. Let's see.
Will it beat the bougie oogie?
Oh, I
Ghirardelli
hate
won.
how much I love it.
Mmm.
It has that chocolatiness. It has that creaminess. I think we have to hoist this one up. And Ghirardelli goes into the final 4. Hershey's is only here by chance, so let's see if it survives. Come on. There's no comparison here. Don't even do this to me. I know we didn't like this, but this is a
Yeah, it's
step
better.
above that.
It's better. Can you dab me up?
Yeah, but just be cool. Just there you go.
Okay, that's
What is
weird.
that? What is that? Okay.
You told me to be cool.
Tony's Chocolonely moves on. Good stuff.
Easy decision for me.
Complex flavor, depth, creaminess, Feastables.
Say it with your chest.
Feastables, baby!
Yeah.
Now, of course, I'm sure at
Okay.
this point, many of our European audience is wondering, how can Santi and Claudia continue to eat that stuff? American chocolate tastes like vomit. And to our American viewers, you might be like, huh? Like vomit? Our chocolate is the bomb! Well, as it turns out, there may be something found in American chocolate, especially that of Hershey's, that might be tasting off to our European counterparts.
It's true. Like I actually learned that some foods that we make in America is like different in other places. Like we try to um like depending where the food comes, we're trying to copy the food itself. So technically, if I'm how do I explain this? Um okay, here's the best way I can think of. We're depending where it came from, we try to copy it and try to fit the people in America better when it comes to taste and all that. And while it may be good for us in America, it might not be the same for anywhere else. Like, say we try to copy sushi to a degree, but we changed it a bit because, I don't know, for it to be better for American consumers. But if we American consumers go to Japan, we've realized, oh wow, this sushi tastes completely different than the one that's in America and all that.
The main
So, yeah,
culprit is often
it could be
cited as
like that.
butyric acid, a sour, acidic compound that's found in rancid butter, Parmesan
That too.
cheese, and yes, vomit. Now, Hershey's denies adding butyric acid to their chocolate, so it's unlikely that it's intentional. But some have speculated that butyric acid may get into the process through the way Hershey's processes its milk. Naturally, Hershey's keeps how it makes its chocolate a secret, so we may never know. But the milk theory would help explain why many Europeans describe US chocolate as sour and tangy, and would help explain why I did not like it when compared to Feastables. Either way, we've certainly filled our brain with enough chocolate knowledge today. So let's go to our final round. So, just to recap, we have the winners of all of our rounds so far. We have round 1, Ghirardelli Double Chocolate Powder. Round 2, Ghirardelli Chocolate Syrup. Round 3, Tony's Chocolonely. And round 4, Feastables Cookies and Cream. We're just gonna try them all, kind of refresh our memories, kind of go down the line and have a discussion, because we need to pick a winner here.
Ow! Did I chip my tooth? All right, I've made my choice.
I've narrowed it down to 2. Can we go bottom? Whichever ones are out. 1, 2, 3.
Tony's.
That was good. Tony's is out. Explain why.
Weak sauce.
Weak sauce. Same. Agreed. Too mild. Chocolate bars melted down don't work.
Okay.
So top 3 right now. 1, 2, 3.
Ghirardelli's.
Powder.
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. So we're aligned. We're aligned on the top 2, which honestly is crazy. Let me be your hype man, babe. Say it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Never did I think
Okay.
cookies and cream.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh no, I peed a little.
Oh.
Okay, we're done.
Okay, we're done. All right, at the count of 3, put your hand over the winner. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah.
This hits home. Nostalgia, hot chocolate.
That's the biggest thing.
This is what my brain wants.
I think also there is something to say. It's a little lighter of a drink. This is a little heavier.
I agree. This
it's
is
a little
dense.
heavier. Ghirardelli is the winner. I cannot recommend this enough. It's expensive, but man, it is the best hot chocolate you're going to make. But I will say, honorable mention, 1000%. Feastables Cookies and Cream make some of the best hot chocolate I've had. This is absolutely bonkers. Make sure to try it yourself. I'm so full and I want to throw up, but
Same.
it's been an amazing experience.
I want to do other things.
Just having some hot chocolate with my baby.
Oh, did you know that in Spain they actually make it differently?
That's a topic for next year. But hey, that's just a theory.
A food theory. Salud.
And if hot chocolate isn't your fancy,
Huh. So the two best ones, with third being, So in order from best to least in the top 4, fourth would be Tony's. Third would be Ghirardelli's Cocoa Powder. Second would be Feastables' Cookies and Cream. And first would be the sauce, the chocolate sauce from Ghirardelli. So, I actually never thought this would be a thing I would ever think about. And it actually kind of makes me want to get this stuff too. Because if it's that good, then I'm really curious now. Yeah, I just can't. I'm just really curious about it now. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button below, hit the subscribe button to support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. Hit the notification button, be notified immediately when the video comes out. Honestly, which one of these seem like the most delicious to you? Like, which one really caught your attention when it came to making hot chocolate? Because I'm really interested in this cookies and cream one. because I never heard of a hot chocolate that uses cookies and cream or white chocolate. And if it's really good, then I'm really curious about it. But if not that, then I'm interested in both Ghirardelli items because if they're really good, then I'm actually a bit interested in getting them. But yeah, with this all said, hope you all enjoy, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.